That next year, I sued an insurance company, received a settlement, paid for the bills, went traveling, saw some of the Midwest, Chicago, Milwaukee, went up and down the coast, Highway 1, camped under the redwoods to Vegas. There's a pattern of just fucking blowing it, living for it. Like, that's all we got. Because that's all we got. Realized, like, yeah, I just kind of cashed out. So, there wasn't a lot left. And I find myself, like, waking up in this place that I no longer wanted to be. Missing home, missing the trees, nature. Didn't realize how much my mana come from those trees, that forest. When I was not there, disconnected, living on concrete, I lost something that I knew I had to have back. Apparently my partner at the time had similar feelings and we broke up. She left me. It's like being fired. I've been fired before. So there you go. I had to find a place to live at for a little bit before I could get me a ticket back and everything arranged and tied off. So I went and stayed with my cousin for a little while, and as I was there, I was having a hard time. I was having a lot of anger, especially during that wreck. I didn't realize how much it affected me in that way. Whatever was going on then, there's no place I could be. I didn't need to be around anyone. I just needed to go. And I just started walking at like midnight, 1 in the morning. And I just walked in the streets, go through to where they turn this way, they turn that way, you make it through this little pocket, and then they become numbers. I cut over to the edge of the park, and there, like, you know, I definitely wouldn't use the word luck in the same way I used to, but when I saw on the pavement, $10 bill right next to it, half a pack of cigarettes, unsmoked, my brand, I felt a little bit lucky despite, the bigger circumstances. So I took them and I kept walking. It was dark and it was late, and it got real late. You kind of become part of the street and people kind of quit looking at you, and I just kind of like kept going. Jumped on a bus before the end so I can get a return in case I need that later. And I get to the end, sloping down. So numbers reach up to 100, just pop over. And the light at the end, it's a 7-Eleven. And I went in there with the purpose of buying a cup of coffee and walking the rest of the way to the beach. And as I'm sitting there, I had together the first coffee and cigarette I'd had for it had been months. And it was glorious. And before I could take it in, I realized where had this path led me. And I'm sitting there on the beach in front of the ocean in the middle of the night, and it's just black except for this barge passing through. That barge takes about the time of the rest of my cigarette, and it disappears out of the frame, as it were. I'm at the end of the line, and there's nothing but darkness abyss. Except for those sounds, the waves. Over and over and over. The only thing to stake me down. That's the most free I've ever felt in that moment. Nowhere to go, nobody to answer to. 2 weeks later, I left